Does it sometimes feel like it to you that things are starting to just look up? I mean, more than a year into this pandemic, more than a quarter of us are vaccinated, with many more on the way. Roughly a quarter of our state is in the turquoise category. I mean, that's the least restrictive. And yet, we have to remember and we have to reflect on all of this, because exactly 1 year ago today, we lost our first New Mexican to this pandemic, just 2 weeks after our very first cases were announced. It was an Eddy County man in his 70s. And since then, more than 3,900 New Mexicans have died from this virus. So as much progress as there has been, and there's been a lot, as the poet Robert Frost put it, there are miles to go before we sleep. And there are still those suffering with symptoms months later after contracting COVID. They're called long haulers, and there are many such stories worldwide. We actually shared the struggles of one such New Mexican about 6 months ago, and things are still rough. Joy Wang is here now with an update on how she's doing tonight. Joy.
Well, Tessa, Lisa Johnston tells me she started having symptoms in May, tested positive in June, and since then, things haven't gotten much better. The road to recovery might even include a lung transplant. This was Lisa Johnston in October, months after a COVID diagnosis, unable to walk on her own. When we caught up virtually today,
a lot, I guess, has happened.
Except physically, Johnston hasn't moved, stuck to her couch, only leaving for medical appointments.
I've gone through a lot of bouts of pneumonia and just being sick all the time. I can't get healthy.
By her bed is a porta potty.
In case I can't make it to the bathroom, I have a shower chair. It takes me an hour to take a shower.
She can't be anywhere without oxygen tanks by her side.
Only when we go somewhere, we have to be prepared with oxygen tanks, the wheelchair, because you don't know if you're going to be stuck in traffic or get in an accident, because my tanks only last me about an hour.
There's also been multiple trips to the ER. Even rehab feels impossible.
They wanted to get me in a chair class, basically to start moving my system, to get my arms moving so my breathing would open up better. And I just couldn't do the exercises. I'd run out of steam so fast. I was so tired.
At times, she's felt hopeless.
There's nothing else I can do but sit here and hope that we find a cure, or possibly a double lung transplant is what we're possibly looking at. So it changes your life completely.
Which is why she's urging everyone to keep following COVID-safe practices and get the vaccine once it's available to them.
You know, you go through stages in life and you think, oh, this is the worst thing. This is by worst, the worst thing we've ever been through in my life.
But through all these tough times, Johnston has found a support group online, people who are also experiencing these symptoms. Maybe they can help you too. I'll share that story in about 12 minutes.